the last seen signal. By the time we saw the live stream, we had already stopped saying his name out loud. That night, it came back like a whisper we'd been pretending not to hear. Jace was almost asleep when it happened. He was half-curled under his blanket, thumb lazily scrolling past memes, reels, and forgotten group chats. His eyes were heavy. His phone screen glowed dimly in the dark room. Then, ping.live, Kai is streaming. At first, he didn't react. Just blinked, confused. Then he sat up. His heart gave a tight little twist in his chest. Kai. He hadn't seen that name in over a year. Not in a message. Not in a call. Not in a live stream. Kai was gone. One day he just disappeared, no note, no fight, no clue. Police reports were filed, search parties organized, posters stapled to telephone poles. But time moved on. People stopped checking. Friends stopped asking. The chat went quiet. Except for 3 of them. Jace tapped into their old group chat. Jace, you guys seeing this? Lila, is this some kind of joke? Rio, if it is, it's messed up. Jace didn't wait. He clicked the stream. It was rough footage, grainy, shaky, barely lit. A flashlight beam cut through darkness, showing flashes of a decaying hallway. Rusted pipes. Torn wallpaper. Mold climbing the walls like veins. The air on the video sounded thick with dust. Heavy breathing filled the mic. Then came the voice. If you see this, the voice cracked. Dry. Frightened. Familiar, I need you to find me. Before they tear it down. Hurry. Then, static. And the stream ended. An hour later, the 3 of them stood in front of the Hawthorne textile mill, a place that felt like it had been dead longer than they'd been alive. The windows were dark and empty. The building had been condemned for years. Jace stared up at it. That was here. From the stream. They're demolishing it at sunrise, Lila said softly. Which gives us, what, 4 hours? Rio checked his phone. Jace was already climbing through the twisted fence. Then let's go. Inside, it smelled like rot and forgotten time. The air was cold. Their footsteps echoed softly as they walked in. The hallway from the stream, the same flickering exit sign, the same long crack across the wall. The same wet sound of dripping water, somewhere deep inside the bones of the building. Why would he come back here? Rio whispered. I don't think he ever left, Lila replied. They turned a corner. The flashlight flickered. Words were scrawled on the wall in red paint, or maybe something else. Leave while you can. The letters looked fresh. They found the control room. Monitors lined the walls, shattered and dark. Wires spilled like guts from broken panels. Jace shined his light across the room. This place gives me the creeps. Suddenly, one of the screens lit up. Then another. And another. Footage began to play, of the building. A hallway. The exact same one they had just walked through. Then came the figure on screen. Kai. His back was to them. But then he turned, slowly, as if he knew they were watching. His face was pale. His eyes were empty. And yet, he looked right at them. The footage glitched violently. The speakers popped and crackled. They trapped me, in the feed, I'm stuck in the signal, can't leave unless someone breaks the loop. Lila backed away from the monitors. He's not just missing. He's trapped. Inside this place. Or inside the broadcast. Rio's homemade signal tracker started beeping rapidly. Lights blinking red. This thing's going nuts. Like the building's pulsing. Then a loud beep. The old demolition console lit up. 3:00. 2:59. 2:58. It's a countdown. Rio shouted. They're really gonna blow this place. A door creaked open behind them. They turned slowly. Behind it, another room. Dimly lit. At its center, Kai. He stood still, barely lit by the flickering overhead bulb. Wires tangled around his body. His edges flickered and pulsed like a glitchy video buffer. Jace stepped forward instinctively. Kai. But his hand hit something invisible. Like static. Like electricity in the air. Kai's eyes fluttered open. You came, he whispered. I didn't think anyone would. We're getting you out, Jace said. We're here. We're real. Kai shook his head. You can't take me. I'm not whole anymore. They made me part of the signal. Lila rushed to the control panel, fingers flying. There has to be something. A shutdown. A reset. Delete it, Kai said softly. Delete the stream. End the loop. Rio stared at the countdown point 1:04. 1:03. Lila. Jace shouted. She found the stream log. Live feed, looping, 365 cycles. She hit delete. Everything went dark. The hum stopped. The monitors shut off. The countdown vanished. No collapse. No explosion. Just silence. Outside, the sun had started to rise. The world looked different. New. Like they'd come back from somewhere they weren't supposed to be. They sat on the curb for a long time, not saying much. Then Lila's phone buzzed. A single notification. Message from Kai, thank you. No timestamp. No location. Just those 2 words. They never heard from him again. But sometimes, when Jace scrolled past their old group photos, he paused. He swore, just for a second, he saw Kai in the background. Smiling. Watching. Still part of the world. Free.